All right, Justice, are you there? Is anybody out there? Hey, hi, Justice. Can you hear me now? I don't have a lag anymore. Okay, excellent. Hi, guys. Hello. Yeah, took a minute. Okay. I'm a little nervous and I haven't done this in a very, very long time. I also have a football game going on outside my doors right now. So you'll probably hear that too. It's a heck of a game that's going on out there. And happy fall, y'all. Happy fall, y'all. Okay. Stangman 78. I'm so glad you're here. So I have two people. Yay! Yay! Let me go over to my YouTube, and that one is live. And this one, I think I'm going to see if I can delete it. How is everybody on this wonderful, beautiful fall day? Good, I hope. Everybody, all two of you. All right, so I'm gonna delete this one. Okay, there we go. Patricia, hi, Patricia, and the Beagle Dad is here. All right. Is Jake playing football? No, no, 97. John the Beagle Dad. No, my backyard butts up to my neighbor's backyard, and all the guys in the neighborhood decided that the first evening of fall would be a great time to have a game out there. So you might hear some of them, and I'll let you know who wins. All right. So how is everybody? Now, what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to run through some pre-selected questions. I did not select these questions, which is really fun. There's only about 8 of them, and then I'm going to talk about. Let's find out if anybody out there has some money coming to them that they didn't realize that they had. So, what do you think? Let's get started. John the Beagle Dad, Patricia. All right, I'm just going to get started here, you all. I'm going to go here and. All right, so the first one that I wanted to address was a comment, finance manager here. It's rare that we mark up rate nowadays. DR, which is also known for dealer reserve, that's the yield spread that is made between the buy rate and the sell rate on your contract. DR, it all is at all-time lows. Most of the time, we choose the lowest rate possible, and we sell product keeping the payment lower. So here's why I wanted to address this. And that is because ever since I started in the industry back in 2002 as a finance manager, we were told as FI people, do your best not to hold rate or mark it up as often. Because at the end of the month, when all of your monies are broken out on your pay plan, the dealership wants to see more money made in product selling rather than your bank reserve. So let's just say that you, as a finance manager, your buy rate, which is the approval rate that comes over to the finance manager before they mark it up, was 6%. Finance manager marks it up to 8%. 2 points. That's as far as they can go. Um, depending on the size of the loan and the term of the loan, let's say it's 72 months and they're financing $40,000, that is a really nice pay from the bank. But what the dealership would rather see is for that finance manager to sell product. And I'm going to get into that a little bit more here. Um, why? Why would a dealership rather see the finance manager sell product than get the money from the bank? Because the products that are sold on that menu in the finance office are retention tools. And I'm sorry if you can hear the football game outside. They are retention tools. What's a retention tool? Well, if I sell you a vehicle service contract or a maintenance plan, hopefully you're going to be coming back to the dealership, to the service department. So then the service department can make money as well. So that's what a dealership wants. And when I started in 2002, from that point forward in my entire career, I was told they're going to start taking reserves away. So you can no longer mark up that interest rate across the board. Every bank's going to do it. And for those 17 and a half years, that never happened. But dealerships tell their finance managers that so that they will focus on selling more product than holding that yield spread or dealer reserve between buy rate and sell rate. It probably doesn't mean anything to anybody, but that comment just kind of made me reminisce a little bit about how I was told that every year that I was a finance manager. And that's why. Um, okay. So what was the other thing? Oh, Cox Automotive often puts out uh, yield spreads, whether they're going up or down. And since June, yield spreads, meaning how many finance managers are marking up that buy rate, have gone up and up and up. So they're not going away. Your dealership, however, simply wants you to focus on selling product. They're not going away. I can promise you that. So I know that was probably kind of boring. Um, when should I buy a new car? Miss the Elite. Whenever you want to buy a new car. Are you ready? Are you ready to buy a new car? Do you have some cash to put down? What's your plan? The If you can hold out until December, there's always good incentives. Yep, December's always a good time because the automotive dealership industry is month end driven. So either at the end of the month or at the end of December, because they need those numbers. All right, let's see. Can I get another one up here? All right, what is this? Slide number 2? Okay, this one I really want to address because these are 2 different comments. I want to cancel those products. What products are you talking about? When you speak about products, what is a product? And this is all my fault because in every single video I've done, I talk about products in the finance office at the dealership as if everyone knows what the heck I'm talking about. And honestly, sometimes I forget. Um, so when I speak about products, I'm talking about those things that you are often sold in the finance office on a menu platform, a menu where they'll show you different columns. And column A might have your vehicle service contract, your maintenance plan, gap coverage, tire and wheel plan, key care, maybe a windshield dent ding, all of that stuff. They are products, and they're the products that I'm talking about 99.9% of the time. And I apologize for that because I always say products, 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 and people don't know what the heck I'm talking about when I say that. That is all on me. Took me a second to realize EOU. Yeah. EOU, justice. EOY, oi. Okay, so that's what products are. They're just those things that are now let's talk just a second when I talk about products. There are still, and Justice, you'll have to correct me on this because I know you see it every single day, but there are still dealerships out there that want to force what I call front end ads. And they are products that have been taken out of the finance office at the dealership, and they're trying to force those products onto you at the point of sale when you're trying to negotiate the price of the vehicle. I don't believe in that. I think that's wrong, and I can only hope that more and more and more dealers are moving away from that. Um, what products would they be? Let's give some examples. So it might be, and this is probably the most prominent, a theft product that you have to register the car with, nano dots, which I absolutely despise. Um, yeah. So, okay, in Florida, absolutely, I'm sure in Florida, they're still doing forced front end ads. Um, maybe a paint and interior. Often you will see a little line on your purchase order or on the worksheet that you're giving whenever you're trying to negotiate the price of a vehicle that says something like, I'm going to make this up, guys, atomic protection. And it's in the range of 1995 to $3,500. And of course, the customer is going to say, well, let's hope that you do. What's this atomic protection for $2,500? Well, you're probably going to find out that they're trying to force a vehicle service contract, AKA extended warranty product, on to the front end point of sale, when in reality, that should be strictly put into the dealership finance office. And you should go over a menu where those products are explained to you and you ask all the questions. Oh, my Lord, Justice, really? What state was that in? Good grief. Usually in most states, GAP has a cap. Clearly, that one does not, or maybe they try to squeeze something else in there with it as well. You know, you don't know until you get into that finance office and you get all your paperwork in front of you. What's the first thing you do? You want to look at your final purchase order and go over it line by line, because that's where everything has to break out. It has to. Um, okay. Products that I'm not talking about are going to be things that are on the invoice, on the Monroney label. That's going to be accessories that you may want from the service department, which would be mats, guards, a cargo net. Those kinds of things are separate. They are not products that are sold in the dealership finance office. That's not what I'm talking about. Or anything that you might see on the Monroney label or on the invoice of the vehicle, things that just come with the car itself. That's not what I'm talking about. All right, let me go to slide number 3. Let's see what that is about. Okay. If we pay off the loan as soon as we get the statement, will they still get their commission? And who gets it? FI or the salesman? Okay, so here's how that works. Again, I apologize for the football game going on outside. It's a doozy. Commission. So sales is separate from finance. If you pay off your loan early, what's going to happen, and when I say early, with your first statement, is whatever monies the finance manager made from the bank gets sucked out of the finance pot. And that's called a chargeback, and the finance manager will not get paid on that. If you cancel your products are vehicle service contracts, maintenance, GAP, all those things that I talked about a minute ago, then those monies will come out as well. The salesperson will still get their commission or whatever structure they're on, because there are different structures for salespeople for selling the vehicle. But if you cancel early with your very first payment, that will be a chargeback against the finance manager. That was a good question. Not that I think anybody really cares, but I thought it was a good question. I don't bank with the credit union, so how do I go about it? Is it possible to do it with leading? I'm not sure. Oh, I should have looked at that. I'm not sure what that means. But if you don't bank with the credit union, because I'm always harping on people to first, know your credit. Second, do some internet sleuthing. What does that entail? Sit down in front of your computer for about a half an hour to 40 minutes and Google credit unions in your state and in your area, local, as well as nationwide credit unions like PenFed, Navy Federal, the big guys that service all states. And on their web pages, you are going to see auto loans and auto rates. Now, I want you to look closely because there's typically little asterisks on there that say, hey, we do deduct 0.25 if you sign up for our auto pay. If you don't belong to a credit union currently, in most cases, that's okay. You're typically going to give them $5, and that simply opens up a savings account for you. You're not going to lose that $5. It goes right into a savings account, which makes you a member at the time you do the loan. I strongly urge that you just pick up the phone and call a loan officer if you see a really good interest rate for a credit union, and know the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval, for which I have a video specifically for that so that you know the difference. Justice, we have 10 people. I'm so excited. That makes me happy. 10 people. I'm grateful. I really am grateful. Only need to join if you take the loan. Absolutely. Yes, you only need to join if you take the loan. You don't have to take the loan and then see if you pre-qualify or pre-approve first. It happens all in one big swoosh. So, no, I am so grateful for my 10 people being here, seriously. And thank you, Justice, for being here. There's Luis San Diego. Santiago. I know you. I see you all over the place. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. All right, let's hop over to the next question, which is, I have a question. I was just talked into purchasing a 7-year bumper to bumper extended warranty plus maintenance package, oil changes up to 80,000 miles. They didn't tell me that Toyota provides a 2-year, 25,000 mile maintenance package at no additional cost. What should I do? Okay, so the first thing that I would say is always research the vehicle that you're about to buy. And my son recently purchased a Toyota, another one, the car buying son. And we researched the vehicle and found out that, yes, indeed, you do get 2 years and 25,000 miles maintenance. Do not expect a salesperson, a sales manager, a finance manager to tell you that ahead of time. I mean, that's going to take less opportunity from it's going to take more opportunity away from the finance manager. So no, they're not going to tell you. A good salesperson, a good finance manager is going to calculate how many miles you drive per year. Maybe you're a high miles driver, Naomi, and that would fit for you as far as maintenance goes. Maybe you do so many miles that a 7-year, I don't know what the mileage was for that 7-year, but maybe that fits you well. The key here is to find out more about the car you're about to buy and the brand. And I'll give you an example of that here in a minute. And secondly, negotiate. I sure hope you negotiated the price on it. I don't know how much you paid for each one, Naomi, but you need to negotiate the prices on them. It's a little late now for that. You can cancel those products. Be fully aware that if you have a loan, and you cancel the VSC, vehicle service contract, and you cancel the maintenance plan, A, you're not going to have the products anymore. And B, that amount's going to come off the principal of your loan, not be cut back in a check for your pocket. The other thing, talking about researching a vehicle that you're looking into buying, everybody needs to take a really close look at Kia, because whenever, and I know everybody has their own opinion on Kia, they love them or they hate them. I worked for a Kia store during my career. I saw people bringing in Kias with over 300,000 miles on them. They were really, really good vehicles for a lot of people. Today, maybe not so much. They have their issues. But with Kia, you automatically hear, oh my God, it comes with a 10-year warranty. Woohoo! I want that 10-year warranty. And you automatically hear, and maybe someone has told you it's bumper to bumper, but people, research your car first, research your brand first. With Kia, you only get 3 years and 36,000 miles for the radio. So there's a lot of computers and electronics wrapped up into that infotainment radio system, and you think you have 10 years on it. You don't. So check that out. Make sure you know exactly what comes with the vehicle that you're interested in before you go and spend $30,000 on it or more. All right. Next question. Is Gap mandatory on lease deals? And this is from my Gap video. Is Gap mandatory on lease deals? Here's how Gap works on leases. 9 times out of 10, the lender, because that's who you're going to be in title and registration with, the lender, because you're just leasing that vehicle from the lessor. You are the leasee. The lessor has already made sure that their tails are covered and Gap is already included. You don't see it, you don't pay for it, it's in there. Okay, because they know the worth of Gap, and you're paying typically 3 years on a lease, the depreciation time, when you need Gap the most. So that says a lot, if you ask me. That lessor makes sure their tails are covered in case you, the lessee driving around in their car, total it. They want to make sure that that vehicle gets paid for. Now, that's not the case for all leases, however. I think there are some I think there are some states that Toyota, is it Toyota? Justice, you might know what leases and what states do not include the Gap, but it seems to me it could be Toyota as one of them in certain states. So that's a question that you always want to ask. Does Buick, whatever you're buying, does Kia, Subaru, do they have Gap built into this? And typically the answer is yes. Not always. Not always. All right. Let's go. Your opinion, I have 3 credit cards. $10,000 each equals reward points. Yep, yep, yep. All right, my opinion is, I have 3 credit cards, 10,000. First of all, I don't know of any dealerships where you can put an entire vehicle on credit cards. And there goes the football game outside. I'm sorry if you can hear that. But at least they're having fun and it's the first day of fall. Dealerships have limits on how much they will allow you to put on a credit card. During my 17 and a half years in the dealership finance office, we never allowed an entire vehicle to go onto 1 credit card or 3 credit cards or 5 credit cards. We had limits. Now, we would always bend the rules for people if they went over our dealership policy allowed amount, which was $2,000, sometimes $3,000. But if somebody came in and said, hey, I want to put $7,500 on a credit card for down payment to get as many reward points as I can. We would say, okay, we'll let you do it this one time, but we're going to put the fee on you. And that fee, I believe, was 3% of the transaction. So obviously, you're going to be paying more than $7,500. But when people really want those reward points, th- they'll do it. They will do it, especially if you're this close to flying around the world with reward points. All right, let me see what's next. I think we are almost done with these questions. Will you adopt me and read me stories? I didn't want the intro. Okay, that is with Gap. No, I won't adopt you and read you stories, but thank you for enjoying my Gap video, about I think it was about George and what happened to him. Uh, what exactly is required to purchase a vehicle at a dealership under a business without personal guarantee? That's a really good question. Without personal guarantee, you need a Dun and Bradstreet information, and they're going to want um, bank statements for your business. You typically have to be in business for 2 to 5 years. Most of the time, thinking back on the ones that I've done in the past, they were always like 10 years in business. You have to prove that most of the time, how many years you've been in business and have it done in Bradstreet. They might not. They might not, but uh, in late 2019, they still did use that. The government, sorry. It's very, very true. I just know in 2019, that was the last time I did one. They did. We have tons and tons of business deals where they'll come in and buy a fleet. We do fleet sales for businesses as well. Um, Thank you, David Upton. Woohoo! So glad you're here. Thank you. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. I can't say thank you enough for everybody because I've been a little MIA lately, and there's a reason for that. But I do plan on doing more videos, but I am working on a digital product for everyone as well. 16 people. All right, Justice, 16 people. I've been working on a digital product to help people a lot. I think it's going to help people a lot. It's not a high ticket kind of thing. It's not going to be a lot of money. I'm talking a very, very, very low ticket, if not free. And so I've been working on that. And my son got married. Justice, I don't know if you know that, but Jake and Beatrice got married. And that was beautiful and wonderful. And I have a gorgeous, loving daughter-in-law. All right. All right, that's the end of the questions. Thought I had more. That's the end of it. So the other thing I wanted to talk about this evening is, do you have money out there waiting for you that you don't know that you have? How exciting is that? Um, what do you mean, Kimberly? What do you mean? Do I have money waiting? Did you check your closet? Have you looked in the mattress? Where's the money? Show me the money, right? So, and Justice, I would like to know what you think about this too. How many people, I don't know the answer, I'm going to spoil it. I don't know the answer, but how many people in the United States today, right now, have sold, traded, totaled their vehicle, and they never thought to cancel any products, extended warranties, vehicle service contract, maintenance plans, Gap? Well, they're using the Gap, tire and wheel plans. How many people forgot to do that? I would love to know what that number is. Money, I'm listening. Yeah, like I can't even tell you how many people used to come into my office and they're buying a new car and we're talking about their trade-in, or they'll say, "Yeah, I totaled my other car." And the first thing I would ask is, "Well, you did cancel. Did you get an extended warranty? Did you cancel it?" Uh, and they would look at their spouse typically and say, "Honey, did we even get an extended warranty?" At which time I say, "I do hope you kept a copy of everything you signed." Okay? Keep a copy, people, of all your paperwork. That is the number one thing with people. They move, they lose it, they toss it somewhere and forget about it. It's so very important because someday you will get another vehicle. Someday you're gonna trade it, you're gonna sell it, or God forbid, you might get into an accident where the vehicle gets totaled. Where is your paperwork? Find out, do you have an extended warranty? If you totaled your vehicle 6 months ago, then what I want you to do, and you had an extended warranty on it, is I want you to call your insurance company, get proof that the loan was paid off, call the bank, get proof that the loan was paid off. From your insurance company, get a letter of total loss, find out how many miles were on the vehicle when it happened and the date that it happened, go into the dealership, go to accounting, and let them know, "Hey, you know what? 6 months ago, my car got totaled. Can you backdate this for cancellation? Can you backdate it for cancellation?" I've never had one kicked for backdating it. "Oh, yeah, 6 months ago they did, yeah, I see that they did total the car." "Yeah, we'll, aggregate that and and give them a refund for cancellation of your products." But how many people are sitting out there that have forgotten that, "Oh, we paid our loan off early. We paid our loan off, like, 3 years early," but they didn't cancel their gap? That's money. That's money, people. That's money that you put into your pocket. So, yeah, if you sold it, don't forget that gap. I'm always surprised at how much money people get back to. It's not as insurancy as you think. That is so true. Gotta take a drink. Mhm. Luis Santiago, I've been guilty of this in the past. Oh, well, I'm out of all old stuff, trashed paperwork. Oh, no! You need to hang on to that paperwork. Um, on your products, again, what are products? Those things that are sold to you in the dealership finance office will be a cancellation clause. You need the actual contract. Excuse me. You need the actual contract and find out what the cancellation clause is. You have to almost always, although I have seen a lot of them changing here recently, go back to the dealership that you bought it from. They're the people you need to contact, and don't bother contacting a finance manager that you bought the product from. You wanna talk to accounting, because finance managers, trust me, you are last on their mind at this point, especially if you bought the car, 6 months ago. You wanna go right to accounting. "Hey, I have this, extended warranty. I sold my car. I need to get this canceled. What do you need from me?" You wanna make sure that you give them, proof that your loan has been paid off. Why? Because if you currently have a loan on the vehicle and now you wanna cancel your extended warranty, then that amount is going to, come off the principal amount of your loan. But if you've paid that loan off, sold it, traded, totaled it, that money comes back to you, and people forget about it all the time. It surprises me, it just blows me away. So, make sure you do that. Okay, we're 40 minutes in, and that is all I have. I'm trading, okay. Deb T, I'm trading a car on Tuesday and I still have okay. Okay. So Deb, here's what I'm going to tell you. You're trading your car on Tuesday and you still have 2 years on the extended warranty. Here's what I'm going to I have a question for you, Deb T. Are you going to be buying a new car from the same place that you bought your trade? Uh, I would like to know that. But what you wanna do is go through, trade your car on Tuesday, and then the moment that the bank is paid off, or maybe you don't have a bank, maybe there's not a loan on it, you're going to want to, uh, make a copy or first of all, make sure you get all of your copies. You're gonna want to, get your odometer statement because you're gonna need that for cancellation. If you have a loan on it, then give it 10 days until that loan is paid off and contact that lender and get a lien release letter from them. And all that says is, hey, you don't owe us anything. Your vehicle's been paid off. And then you're going to contact the dealership accounting department that you bought the car from and say, hey, I need to cancel this. Typically, it takes 4 to 6 weeks for processing. You need to stay on it. Okay. 3, 4 weeks in, call them. You got to stay on it. And a check should be sent directly to you. Make sure that they have your current address. This happens all the time as well. People will cancel their stuff and not tell anybody that they moved. And then guess what happens? The check that gets cut goes to the old paperwork when you bought the car originally. And if you have moved, make sure you let them know where you want your money to go to. That's important. Deb T, that was a great, great question. Great, great thing. Go tag for that halfback. No, no, I'm not. Justice. You're welcome. I might actually, I think that their parents all called them for dinner. So they're gone now. Dinner time for them. Anybody else have any questions or anything? I really appreciate you guys being here. I can't even believe that we had how many, Justice? 16 people here. That makes me so happy. It truly, truly does. It warms my heart. It means an awful lot. I'm not going anywhere, contrary to what some other YouTubers have said about automotive YouTubers. This automotive YouTuber isn't going anywhere. I'm just posting less frequently because I'm working on some side projects for you guys to help you out even more. So I really appreciate you all being here. Hi, Douglas Dickinson. You're very welcome. Thank you for being here. And David Upton, thank you. Yeah, I was super, 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 super nervous. It's always nerve-wracking doing a live show, especially by yourself. And I called my son. My son called me. I texted Justice like a mad woman, and it's always a little nerve-wracking. But it's something that I would like to get better at because I enjoy live shows. I enjoy taking questions and helping people on the fly. So thanks for being here. Okay. Anything else? Y'all doing live it is Justice, and I'm gonna have Justice on a show with me. We have so much we could talk about too. You can invite yes, Justice. I'm gonna have him on with me, and I'm also gonna have a leasing expert with me on a show, which I think would be really fun to bounce back and forth with when it comes to leases. Hello, Mike Sheehan. Hello. Love the Mike Sheehan. Him in those snazzy suits color. Yeah. So whenever Justice gets on a show, I like to try and match him. John the Beagle Dad. So I will have my hot pink on as well. Yeah. Yeah, Justice. Okay, everybody, listen, I hope you got a little bit of information, a little bit of extra knowledge. Go pull out the paperwork. A lot of people don't even remember if they bought products or not. If you don't remember, then pull out the paperwork and see if you have them. If you sold, trade, totaled the vehicle, then make sure that you cancel that because hey, it's almost Christmas time. You might have a little bit of money coming to you. If you initiate it now, you have it just in time for Christmas. And I just kind of wanted to go over that and some questions. So, y'all, happy fall. Happy fall, y'all. And I'm going to end this live stream in 5 seconds. So, have a wonderful evening. Take care. I will see you soon. Bye bye.